Guys, welcome back to week 3. We made it 2 weeks down, week 3. The end of week 5 is our race, so we're cruising, feeling good. Today's actually a big step in the training. It is the first run that is not time-based, it's actually distance-based. So we're doing broken 3K today. So a 3K is just under, it's 1.9 miles, I think, if I'm correct. So we're going to do 2 sets. The first set is 0.95 of a mile, and then 3-minute walk, and then another 0.95 of a mile, and another 3-minute walk, which will get us to that broken 3K. It is our longest run so far, continuous run so far. So I'm excited, feeling good. If you watched last week, I ended on a really high note. Just feeling blessed, feeling excited for the training. We've got the man, the myth, the legend. Come on, Winnie. Gotta loop back. Winston back with us today. So yeah, I got my pup, my running partner back with me. I'm feeling good. We've got kind of a change in pace when it comes to the style of training we're doing, and I'm just excited for another week. And I'll check in a little bit here. We are about, 0.15 into a mile right now, so we've got some work to do. I'll check back in a bit and enjoy the content, y'all. Thanks for coming. Alrighty, so we are almost done. The one of 2 0.95 mile splits that we have today. And overall, feeling great. Winston and I are cruising. Again, it's just, I'm really close to, I think, hitting that flow state with running where you're past the first burn and grueling part of it. So starting to feel really good. Typically, I feel that around run 8 or 15. Oh, just finished up that split. So between runs 8 and 15 is typically where I really start feeling in that groove again. So today's run 7. So this week and next week is when I'm supposed to really be hitting my stride and my form. So yeah, feeling pretty good. A little winded at the end of that. That's the longest run that we've done, but we got it done. I'm feeling pretty good right now. So let's get it. We'll do this little cool down walk and do one more. So we have about a 1/4 mile left in the second run interval here. Feeling good, Winston's doing great. I know he's happy to be back out, and overall just happy I could run again without injuries. The end of my marathon training went downhill pretty quickly around to the 12-mile or longer mark, just because of how hard I was pushing, and led to a lot of injuries. Specifically, I injured my metatarsal bone on my right foot, and that was no fun. So I'm just really happy to be out here running again, pain-free, feeling good, with my best friend. It's awesome. I'll check in again at the end. Getting a little winded here, but we're almost done. Let's get it. So we got our first mile. Oh my gosh, look how happy of a boy we've got. Dude, back running. He's just so excited. We had a really good day today. Got the full run done, and I feel really good. It's a good start to the week. Like I said, it was a big move from time-based training to distance. So that was a fun switch, and we got effectively a 2-mile run done tonight, broken up into 2 1-mile segments. So overall, great day, and look how happy he just wants to go back out. He's ready, but Dad needs a rest. So we're gonna rest, and tomorrow we'll work out again, and we'll be back at it on Wednesday. Thanks, y'all. And hey, if you're liking the content, don't forget to like and subscribe and support Winston and I. Appreciate it, y'all. Alrighty, so we are back on Wednesday. I did miss yesterday's strength training workout, so you won't see that in the content today. Just too busy with family stuff to get out there, but that's okay. It's a strength training day, so it's not the end of the world to take a day off with that. Winston is also not with us today because I left his leash and harness in our other car. My wife has it, so it's just me. But we've got a fun day. As I mentioned on Monday, the training is really changing this week from distance-based to, time-based to distance-based. So today we're actually going to be doing more sprints. I would say sprints is probably a stretch. Quicker runs, pushing the paces as my program says. So it's pushing the pace for 0.1 of a mile and then walking for 90 seconds and doing that, I think, 6 times, 8 times. I'll get the official number for you all in a little bit, but yeah, finishing up our warm-up 0.95 mile, nice and easy conversational pace jog. We'll have a cool down walk after that, and we'll get into the high intensity training. Okay, so I finished the 0.95 warm-up jog, and then I was supposed to have a 120-second cool down. Turns out I accidentally selected Monday's workout again, so it sent me right back into another 0.95 jog, which we did a broken 3K on Monday, so that makes sense. So I took a quick pause and stopped that workout, started a new one, and I skipped the 0.95 warm-up of the current workout, the one I'm supposed to be on because I just did it. And now I'm on a 90-second cool down walk. So we'll get back after it and we'll start the sprints here soon. Woo! Just finished our first 0.1 pushing the pace run, and I am feeling it. Breathing's up, it's working its way down, but heart rate's working its way down. Got about 30 seconds left before we hit another one, so, oh boy. Just opening up the gates. I think I got down to around 7.5, 8 minute current pace for that short stretch. The instructions just said push the pace. Make sure you're running, so that's what I'm doing. Let's do it. Currently in our third interval. I think I did the first two a little bit more like a sprint than I did a push in the pace. Even now I'm down at the 8.5 mark. But I think I should probably be, I gotta turn around, working on what I'd actually like to run my 5K at, which is around 9. I'd like to get sub 30 if I can. 9.5. So I'm currently at 9:28 now. So I'm gonna try to hold this pace. My second interval, which I may go into the data a little bit at the end of this workout, but I think I got down to do another walk. I got down to, I think, 5:55, 6-minute pace, which in no world will I ever be running long distance right now at that pace, or have I ever. So that last one was a little bit better. Still out of breath, but a little bit better, down at around 9.5. We'll keep at it. Woo! It's fun. I did, the first 2 weeks was a lot of walk runs. Now we're getting into some more, I'd say, dynamic scheduling and training where you have some longer, consistent runs with walks and breaks tied in, so then I don't hurt myself. And then also some speed days, which is good because I want to try to do a sub 35K in 3 weeks. So let's get it. Okay, guys, last set. It was 6, it was not 8. So we're on set 6 of 8. Worked down to, I'm running around a 9-minute pace per 0.15 run and push. So feels a lot better. I mean, it's still a hard push, still tired, but not nearly as bad as the first two where I kind of just opened the gates and went after it and got way too quick on it. A pace that one would probably cause an injury running that fast right now. So yeah, feeling a lot better. Almost done. We'll have a little cool down walk after this. And I think maybe another 0.95 run, but I forget with the whole debacle of starting the wrong program. So we will both find out soon enough. Let's get it. Okay, so we have another 0.95. I was right. If you're out there and you are into running, make sure you select the right program because it can get a little confusing. So instead of cool down walks and warm-up walks, we actually had cool down and warm-up jogs. So I'm actually on my cool down jog right now. It's 0.95, which again is another change of pace from what we've been doing. So I'll finish this cool down jog of about a mile and check in with you all at the end. Alrighty, so I'm sitting down because I'm pretty tired, but on the screen you're gonna see my interval splits. The 0.95 run is listed as 11 seconds and pace was non-existent because I did it in the first interval when he had all those mess ups and I started the wrong workout. But from there on, you can see my first split was at 8:47 and then 7:22. I got way too fast. By the end of those, my watch was saying that I was down in, the first one was like 7.5. The second one was down in the 6 range, high fives. Just, it's averaged out over going from a 16-minute walk down to a run. So, yeah, I mean, it was good. And then after the second one at 7:22, I went to 9:42, 9:05, 9:53, 9:36. So it probably averaged, my watch was saying I was averaging around 9. So yeah, overall, hard workout, but it feels good. I'm really sweaty. I'm tired. It was actually a warm night here in November in Georgia. So it was like 75 out. So it's actually pretty hot. So compared to what I ran with late last week and early this week in the 50s. So yeah, overall, great day. We'll be back at it. Most likely we'll be able to hit a leg workout tomorrow and finish the week off strong on Friday. So thanks for tuning in, y'all. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. I'd love to hear more. Drop some comments down. Give me some advice. I'm happy to have a conversation. So thanks for tuning in. All right, everyone. We are back for our Friday run, and it is raining. Not too bad right now. It's a light rain, and I think we'll get through most of the run before any heavy rain comes. So we're out here working. We got the pup with us again. Feeling good. Today is a lot of running, but all slow, conversational pace. So it's going to be a nice recovery day from Wednesday when we pushed that pace. So yeah, today we have a 0.6 mile warm-up jog, quick walk, and then 5 sets of slow 500 meters. So it's like about 5 sets of 0.3 miles. And yeah, should be a nice, pretty easy day. Feeling good. So glad to be done this week. Had a really crazy week at work. Yeah, just a lot of stress and a lot of things going on. So it feels so good to get back out and go for a run. We got about half a mile left in our warm-up jog, and we'll get after it. Let's do it. Okay, so we finished our 0.6 of a mile warm-up jog and a quick 60-second break. And now we're in the first of 5 sets at 0.3 miles. So nice, slow, easy jog day. Feeling good, and I want to take some time while I can breathe now and not just in the later sets to talk about the 5K that I'm training for in, I guess, we're at the end of week 3, so 2 more weeks. My goal is, well, I guess it's been over 10 years since I've run a 5K. My last official race was a 10 miler up in DC. If you haven't ran, or if you have ran the Army 10 miler, it's fantastic. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. Super easy, fun, run through the DC mall. It's awesome. But this will be my first 5K in a long time. And in my head, I want to do sub 30. If I can get done in under 30 minutes, I'll be happy. All of my conversational jogs right now are in the, I would say, 11 to 13 minute mile pace. And that's to make sure it's easy, make sure I'm breathing fine. I'm at a conversational pace. I mean, having a conversation right now, so check that box. Yeah, so most of my runs are in that 11 to 13 pace, so on race day I'm gonna have to pick it up a little bit. But hopefully, through my easy training, my body will be ready, my lungs will be ready, and I'll be able to push for that race that's coming up in 2 weeks. So that's the goal, everyone. Sub 30. And then after the 5K, I've been doing a lot of thought about what I want to do next. Part of me thinks I'm going to do a plan to improve my 5K speed, because I'd like to, before I get my marathon or get back into marathon training, I'd like to run a little bit of a quicker pace. I have 2 kids under 2, so my last training, when I was pushing really hard, it was tough because, at a 10, 11 minute, well, a 10, 9 minute mile pace, holy smokes, doing that for 15 miles my Saturdays are gone. I've got 2 kids. Hard to do before work. I was waking up at 4 a.m. before work and hitting the pavement. So I'd like to stay at the half or shorter distance for a bit and try to get my pace back to where it was about 7 or 8 years ago when I ran around like a 8.5 mile pace for like a few half marathons I did back in college. So that's kind of the goal, is be nice and safe through this 5K and then start trying to push a little bit. Not push, but train for a little bit more speed. Get my easy runs a little bit quicker. Then I'd like to get my race day runs a little bit quicker as well. So that's where we're at. We are just about done the first interval and we got 4 more. Let's do it. So I don't know if the mic's picking it up. I'm using the camera mic today because my mics aren't waterproof, but it has picked up raining pretty considerably. Luckily I just got into the wooded section, so it's not too bad right now back in here, but whew, when I was out there I am very wet. We got a wet boy too, and he's been drying his face off as best as he can, get water out of his face, so it's been fun. I'll try to get it on camera, but we are now in the heavy rain that I spoke about at the beginning of this run that I thought we might miss. Hopefully it doesn't last too long. It passes, because we are in set 3 of 5. So we still have 2 more after this. And Winston is distracted by a squirrel. Come back, buddy. Good boy. Back in line. Good job. So yeah, he's not phased. I'm not phased. We're gonna get the run done. Nice and easy. Nothing changes. Let's go out, get the work done. Let's get it. There is a baby deer, 2 mama deer, and a big buck coming towards us, so we may be going the opposite way. We'll see how I feel like. Yeah, there's a whole 5 or 6 deer right here next to us, and the buck is down here. Winston's pretty unfazed. There goes the buck. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but he's off into the woods. So the deer thought this would be a safe time to come out and eat. Little did they know that Winston and I don't stop for rain, so here we are hitting the pavement. We're almost done set 5, and then we'll have a 0.6 mile cool down jog and call it a day. It is raining, so let's get out of these bucklows here soon. All right, so we finished. Didn't get too much of the end there until you saw some of the deer, but it was just pouring rain. It's conveniently more or less stopped at this point. So another week done, feeling good. I know he had a great day, nice and cool, not too hot. Oh yeah, is that the spot? Yeah, so I mean, hey, we're all feeling good here. Nothing feels better than wrapping up a week and hitting all your runs, and we'll be back next week for 2 weeks out from race day. So Winston, you got anything to say? Yeah, okay. Have a good day, y'all.